So there is a difference between working with a deity and worshiping a deity. And in order to help the misinformation spread on TikTok, I thought that I would share a little bit of my personal experience with the two separate terms. Now, I will say this: some people believe in certain practices. There's no such thing as working with the deity. There is only worshiping the deity, and that is it. And for others, it is the opposite. So it's different for everyone, and it's also different for your particular practice and your relationship with said deity. Now, I will preface with this before I go even a little bit more into this, but deities represent gods, right? Deities are not on this planet. They're not here for us to just take and just like, ask them to just do whatever for us, and they'll just do it for us. They are there, they are real, but their job is not to nourish and, babysit and take care of us. You have to build that relationship with said deity. Go to them. There's different practices, different ways, right? Like with Hecate, you have to go to the crossroads, right? There's so many different things that go on within that. But I will say this: working with a deity sounds a little bit like this, especially if you are doing any form of conjure. You go to a specific deity. You go to where they are, right? So let's say you need to work with Hecate, right? You're going to go to the crossroads. You're going to do the rituals that you need to do. I'm not going to explain that on this app, right? This is not what this place is for. And in return, she helps you with whatever you are asking, right? That is a very specific energetic exchange between you and the deity. Now, worshiping a deity is completely different. Worshiping a deity is almost kind of, just being fully open to that deity and that practice or religion. For instance, if you are working with any of the Greek or Roman gods, and you happen to be Hellenistic, you might, have a different form or relationship with those pantheon of deities than someone that's just going to talk to Aphrodite, right? So that's just a little bit about that. Another example of this is people that are daughters of Aphrodite, or they worship Aphrodite. You can tell that they worship Aphrodite because of the way that they dress, the way that they talk. There's certain rules between them and the specific deity that they have to uphold or upkeep, right? Another example is connecting and working with the goddesses and gods, not goddesses and gods, of working with the Orisha and stuff like that. You can't just work with the Orisha, you know what I mean? Like, you have to have a very specific godhead. There's also different aspects of Ifa and Santeria and all that stuff. So that's the difference. Very long-winded answer. But if you stayed this long, congrats, because now you got a little bit more information on what the difference between working with a deity and worshiping a deity is. So, yeah.